What's up, guys? This is another analysis for our June 6th game against Horsicorns. We won 10-4 against a shitty goalie, but we played okay. Um, I looked back at our old videos, and it's a recurring theme with us, okay? To put it nicely, our team defense is horse shit, okay? It can definitely be better. I think that's where our main weakness is. I'm going to point out a lot of little stuff, and at this level, you don't really get punished for it, but on our Wednesday team, we're getting punished dearly for it, alright? These videos, by the way, instead of just running everything through like I did before, since you guys already watched the video, I assume, I'm going to actually break this down in sections, so it's much more organized, okay? The sections are right here. Okay, so I'm going to talk about team defense, then go into a video about breakouts. I think breakouts and cycles will actually be in the same video, but in different sections. And then we'll briefly cover PK and then just some miscellaneous spots. Actually, all four of these might be together. This is my second time recording the defense part because my audio sucked balls last time. So I look like we're going to do about half an hour. Hopefully I can cut it down shorter. But anyway, to sum up the defense, let's just get right into it. We're going to focus on these two things, okay? And then one minor thing, but one, play man. Play the damn man, okay? We're playing man defense, not going to the zone. And stop watching the damn puck, okay? Obviously, I think the main culprits of this are the forwards, alright? Sorry to bust you guys, but it is pretty bad. The other thing I want to mention too is don't help good defensemen, okay? You can help, but don't help at the cost of your own responsibility, okay? So what I'm saying is if you're going to help someone, just make sure your own guy is covered too. And I'm going to cover some of those spots. And I'm just going to go over this stuff over and over, okay? Also, I'm going to repeat some of the other stuff in the video, in our old videos, because I know we have different personnel. Well, mainly just David, I think. But I think it helps to reiterate all this stuff. Plus, I don't know who the hell is really watching it. Probably, besides John. I know John watches this, but anyway, let's get right into it. Try to watch this before our playoff game, please. Although, I guess if you guys watch this months after, it doesn't really mean anything. Oh, and right now, the date, I should have mentioned this earlier, the date is June 9th. This is just for my own reference. Okay, anyway, let's go ahead and play it. First one. Okay, so right off the face-off. Okay. One thing I want to mention is off a face-off, let's try to win as a team. Okay. So David, you're kind of just sitting there. Try to come in right away. Okay. It's not up to one person to win a face-off all the time. It's a team win sometimes. Anyway, as played, a good win. You give it to me, and sometimes I'll cycle it down right here. Okay, and then I'll cut in. But it's on a cycle video right now. So anyway, I'm gonna pass to James. Shot gets blocked. And the guy in red is Jimmy, by the way. He's a really good player. Cool guy. You'll see a little bit on that other player, number 3. I'll talk about him later. Anyway, in this, James, so what you're already doing is you're going to skate, and then you're going to turn around, okay? And it takes you forever, and we have this giant gap, okay? Yes, this is individual defense, but we're going to go into team defense really soon. But anyway, so watch this, okay? So you turn around, and you're going really slow. You have all this gap, and he makes a good move, and he just burns you. Okay, and he missed a shot, luckily for us. Okay, so what should you have done instead? Let's see. Okay, so right here, so you're already going back too far. So you need to, let's see if I have my marker here. You need to just get in his face and come up like this, okay? Or if it's too fast, that's okay too. If it's too fast, you just wait at the line, okay, with your feet sideways. Okay, and you wait for him. Okay, as he comes up, then you're gonna start skating back. Okay, and by skating back, I mean skating forward. Okay. So again, my suggestion to you guys, it's technically not sound, and there is a weakness to it. But I suggest not skating backwards. I suggest skating forward with the defenseman because it's hard to get burned that way. It's really hard for anyone to burn them unless they're phenomenally fast. Okay. There is a weakness in that you're gonna give better shots to snipers, but most guys are not good enough, even at like much higher levels. I don't change my defense. I've always played like this, and then I've gotten away with it. Yes, if you want to really get better and you want to work on it, yeah, you're supposed to skate backwards. But if you're going to do that, you need to start skating backwards, like up here somewhere, okay? Also, the transition takes a little while. So watch this. You skate, turn backwards, and yeah, you're just kind of waiting for them to come in. All right, so here's where the breakdown is. Henry, you got to cover number 10, okay? So I guess one case you have to help is when someone gets burned, okay? And that's why I did come over a little bit. But you two have to get a man. Once it looks like this, you have to make sure you get number 10. All right, his wide open. Henry, that's your man. David, I think there's a guy back here we can't see. That's your man, okay? Is it okay that you're all facing this way? That's okay, but again, you better have your own responsibilities once they pass it up. So as played, so I think James has to keep getting him. Okay, and he gives it right to number 10. It's wide open. And see where David's at. I can't see yet. Oh, so David, you're down here. You got to be up here somewhere. Okay, get the guy up here. Okay. So let's pause it here. James, you have Jimmy. Henry, I'm not sure where you're going, but I have this guy in front of them, but someone has to have 10. Someone has to have this guy up here. Okay. Okay, so it looks like you went there. And Henry, it looks like you recognize you have to catch this guy, but see, we're already out of position, so what's going to happen right now is I'm going to step up to him, and it's going to leave this guy open. So I have to kind of block that pass. So we both go to him, he shoots, and luckily he just goes through. Okay, let's keep watching. Okay, so that guy who was at that pole we couldn't see, he's actually down here now. So we have both of you going after Jimmy, which is no good. Okay, I would have suggested James to just stay on him, because that was his man originally. And so you tailed off, which is fine, but you got a David now, your man's number 10. You better recover him. Okay, and 10 is open. If Jimmy just get it through, it's a 3-on-2. Okay, and it kind of was a 3-on-2. Yep. See, there it is again. There's a guy back here waiting. So, kind of a big breakdown there, guys. Okay, I think that's the end of this one. Okay, next one. Oh, and sorry about these transitions. For some reason, when I put a real transition, Camtasia had producing problems. Anyway, next one. Okay, this one's a little bit tougher to defend, I guess. So we coughed it up in our own zone. Okay, so we have this going on. So here it's actually pause. It's actually a 2-on-3. Okay, so Henry, it looks like you covered this guy. That's fine now. So if it's a 2-on-3 where we have numbers, the forwards, you can let those guys go. Just make sure you cover a point man, and then you can basically leave them to our defenseman. But you have to make sure our defenseman's gonna get him. James is way down here somewhere. It was kind of off a cough up, so it was a little bit tough to react to this. But the other option is you can stay on him and just tell the defenseman, i.e. tell James to move up. Okay, and James, you got to recognize, hey, do I get this guy or the guy up top? You have to know, okay? So this one's a little bit tougher. As played, so they gave it to the open man, so they played it very well. Get open man, shoots, not sure where the hell it went. Okay, just a little thing. That wasn't too major. Right, next one. Okay, so far so good. We each have a man. And so here's my question. So, Henry, who the hell are you guarding? If there's a guy up here, that's fine. Just make sure you're guarding him. Oh, okay, apparently not. That's David. Okay, so, yeah, so you guys are looking down here, right? That's fine, but you better be watching if these other guys are up here, okay? So, David, that's your man now. So now you're in really deep. Okay, and you're in a good spot to block shot, which is fine. Again, that's an okay spot. Just make sure you have black helmet, okay? And I think that was the end of that. No big deal. By the way, I pause these clips all the time, where you guys don't notice. So sorry if these transitions seem weird, or it's like right now I'm gonna pause it. And through the magic of editing, I'm back in a second, even though it was actually a couple minutes because I watched this next clip. Okay, hold up. Okay, sorry for pausing again. Heard a bunch of commotion going on. Anyway, in my house. Anyway, next clip. Okay, so this one's gonna be kind of bad. So Zanger, you have 10. Justin, you have Jimmy. Okay, so not a big deal. So watch this. You go right here. Now, this guy should have took off right away. All right. As soon as you turn there, Zane, as soon as you turn, this guy should just sped up, but he didn't accelerate right away. And I think you recognized that you might have gotten burned, so you did catch up. Like, whoop, yeah. Okay. Again, tiny little detail. Doesn't seem like a big deal, but once you did this where you passed him, then yeah, he should have boom took off, and he would have had a half step on you. Yeah, as played. Good thing you came back to him. Good. So Gino, I would just stay on him. Not sure why you tailed off here. Okay. And I'm not even sure why I'm not even sure if I should be giving Gino advice like he since he's not playing with us anymore. But I'm gonna play as if you are anyway. Gino should have stayed on him. Justin should have stayed on Jimmy. So what happens now is, so Justin, you kind of have two, and Jimmy has a step on you, and suddenly you're behind both guys. I'm not sure how that happened. Okay. Now Zhang has to pick one guy, but yeah, we're screwed. They have a odd man rush. Okay, and it should be a, was that 3-on-2? Yep. Well, luckily it's not really hustling, so didn't matter that much. Okay, as played, good thing you back checked because you did catch the one of the guys. Okay, did we get it out? Whoop. Okay, then we got it out. Okay. Okay, so right here we're gonna sort of win the face-off. John, my suggestion is well, this one's kind of hard. Well, let me play it real quick. What's gonna happen is, so they win it, and then Red's chasing you, or Jimmy is chasing you, and you just put it in right away because you don't want to cough it, which is good. Second option, if it's not right on your ass, I can't tell if it was or not. You want to try to just throw a backhand that way. Okay, throw a backhand, bank it off the board, and hopefully our face-off man should be going off in that direction. Okay, but anyway, so what I like is, so you stayed with 18, which is good. Stay with Jimmy. Justin, you're on 3, it looks like. And so this is what I'm talking about. When we have the numbers, it's sort of a 2-on-3. Then Justin, you can tail off and get black helmet and leave 3 to Gino. Okay. This is what I'm talking about, by the way. Don't help good defensemen. Okay. Gino, you're kind of looking this way, seeing if John gets burned. Okay, just you gotta trust him, right? John is pretty damn solid. You could keep an half eye on him, which is fine, but you gotta be sure you have one of these two guys. Okay. So to reiterate that, Justin, you can let 3 go, give him the Gino, or you can stay with him and tell the Gino to get this black helmet. Okay, so let's keep playing it. Good, good, good. See, okay, but now you're both kind of like wandering. I think Gino, maybe you told him to go there. I'm not sure. Okay, but now Justin, you're in deep. John sort of fell over, so does this warrant a time you have to help him? Maybe, but initially you should have been back here somewhere. Okay, and so they give it to Blackham, it's wide open, and he shoots. Okay, so I didn't realize John fell over the first time I was watching this. So maybe I could warrant some helping, but I realize this team's good. By the way, Horsicorns, they're actually pretty good because they do punish us quite a bit for this. They didn't make their shots like they usually do, but they're hitting the open man. So on the reverse side of it, that's what we should be doing, okay? I hate using all this effort to burn my own guy without a puck. Oh, that leads me to one more note to add to this, by the way. Hold on. I guess the fourth minor rule, I should say, is you don't get burned by someone without a puck, okay? I always beat the guy without a puck, but I don't get the puck back, and that's an opportunity in which we can capitalize. Okay, I think that's what I realized is the Horsicorns do well. They beat their guys without the puck, and they keep hitting the open man like they did right now. Okay. So are other teams doing shitty defense? Probably. We're just not capitalizing as well as we could be. Okay. Let's go and play the next clip. Alright, so I'm going to use this time real quick to talk about our defensive zone face-off approach. Alright, and yes, I discussed it before. So sorry to John, who's probably the only guy who pays attention to all this shit, but I'm going to repeat it. If we win a face-off, we're in the green, the other team's in the red. If we win a face-off, we draw it back. I want the defense and usually to just wrap it around, okay? Especially if this guy pressures him right away. Just wrap it around. And so the forward, so in this case, it's going to be David. You want to curl down and go up and get the puck, okay? You got to make sure this guy, like, what you don't want to do is whoever this forward is, you don't want to do this to where the other defenseman cuts you off, okay? So make sure you're low, okay? I know some of you on the faceoff, you're already cheating and doing this deal, which is fine, but if you see that we win it, you gotta curl back real fast, okay? So if we win the faceoff, that's how it should work. This guy will probably go to the side for another outlet, okay? Now if we lose the faceoff, the way this should work is whoever took the faceoff should go here to get this man. This defenseman will come right in and get on this guy. The other defenseman will be on him, and this forward will go to him. Okay? Very simple. Let's see how we execute it here. Get rid of this crap. Okay, so unfortunately, I remember this one. And I can't really fault you for this, David, because we've never really discussed this with you. But we win the face-off, and I told James to wrap it right away. So you're coming across, but I told James to wrap it, and we have nobody there. I'm not going to go there because I'm going to make sure in case we cough it up, I'm covering 7. Okay? So I'm not going to be the one to get that. Okay, so David, that's you completely. Okay. Okay, so far okay, so Henry, make sure you get this guy up here. Okay, good. Good. See, David kind of trailing off. Okay, don't do that. Stay on number 3 right here. Okay, and we sort of, okay, and this is good. I told you to switch, which is good. I stayed on 3. By the way, we're going to call 3. His name is actually Aaron, but we're just going to call him Timmy because he looks retarded. Compliments to John for making up that nickname. So, and Timmy because the other guy's name is Jimmy, okay? Jimmy and Timmy, if you don't get that reference, then I feel bad for you. Anyway. Alright, so so as a defenseman, if you're this my gripe with defensemen is I don't really see the point of trying to do this, beat a guy one-on-one and waste all this energy. It's kind of stupid and pointless. Maybe it's just an ego thing, okay? This is where the guy has a lot of skill, no doubt. He's probably the best player on the rink here, okay? But it's a lot of needless effort, okay? I don't know if it's an ego issue or what. The other thing, too, is he doesn't know it, but I'm going to play cheap, and I'm going to poke him in the hands and get a breakaway and score, and he's going to bitch at the ref like it's slashing or hooking or whatever, but that's why I love making these guys cough it up, okay? Now, luckily, I blew out a tire, and my skates suck in general, but anyway, so he gets around me and he gets a decent move. Okay, so he used his body too, so I lost my balance. But I was still going to catch him. Okay, so yeah, he partially got me. I was still going to catch him. And on top of that, he has this guy open the whole time who's just waiting for the puck. It's really stupid. So watch this. Oh, thank you. I'm going to catch him. And then Henry stops him. Okay, thank you. So he did all that shit just to cough it up. And it's retarded, okay? So the lesson is for you defensemen, don't make moves as defensemen. Your job is to headman it and get it through. Okay, you start making moves in the offensive zone, not dick around with it when it's pointless. With that said, Henry, that's good help. That's a time you can help, and as long as you have your own responsibility, you're good. So that was a great time to come in. Okay, and we're off to the races. Yeah, nothing special happens, but hopefully you guys get my point. Okay, this one's not a big deal. Very innocent play. So David, you have Timmy. So Henry, where are you going? Why are you going to this guy? You should be up here, okay? Nothing really happens here, but you should be up here. That's fine if you're at the line, but just remember, your man's here. It's not this guy. But I think you went. Yeah, you're kind of backing off towards him. No, Henry, that's your guy, okay? And you need to tell David that's your guy. Those two guys below are mine. And the other defenseman. So I'm matching with him. I think James is matching with the other guy, okay? Okay, no big deal. They shoot it, we get the puck. But it's just one of those little things. We gotta be sharper on that. Okay, this one's not so good either. So as play, the puck is right here if you guys can't see. So Jimmy had, or did he pass it across? He might have passed it across. Let's see. Yeah, he did. Okay. So boom. So he passed it back. Justin, so your man is here. Okay, but yeah, we might get the puck, so you can start going towards the middle right here. Here's where the problem happens. So they have control of it. So you're kind of swinging this way. Let's go back. Well, I'm gonna have to go back. But so you did this deal, Justin, where you went this way and you looked at the play and you curled back this. So you should have curled this way once they got it, because you have to cover this guy. Okay. John. It looks like John's gonna have black helmet, and Zhang, your man's Jimmy right here. Okay. So let's see what happened. Okay, so this guy's left wide open now, and we're caught. All right. I think John hauled ass back though, kind of. Oh, so 2-on-1. John kind of hauled ass back and sort of. So not a big deal. Didn't capitalize, but that was a breakdown nonetheless. Let's watch it again. Okay, very simple. Just stay on the man. That's the point of this. Stay on the man. So you're here, and you curl to the side. You just gotta stay on 10 here. Okay, and it looks like you two switch. That's fine. That means John will get Jimmy. But again, this guy's left open, unfortunately. Okay, let's go to the next one. Alright, so this one, so you shoot it, they stop it, and they're off to the races. And they have sort of a 2-on-1, but Justin did a great job back checking. And maybe you messed them up just enough. Okay, so that was a good job back checking. Did we have a breakdown? That's the question. I think this is one of the few cases where no, we didn't have a breakdown. It's just sometimes you're gonna shoot it, and they transition very quickly, very well. Okay, it's because we have sort of a 3-on-2 here, but unfortunately we didn't get the shot through. So I would have been too disappointed if they scored. So they have a 2-on-1. But Justin, you did a good job hauling ass. Now I'm gonna say this though. Your guy is this guy in black. And so you could go ahead and back check and disrupt Jimmy. But make sure if he does a drop pass something, you stay with this guy, okay? Because Eugene clearly has Jimmy, okay? Okay. Next one. Alright, this one looks very innocent, but good. So Zhang, you have Jimmy. Make sure you catch him. Justin looks like you're gonna get this guy. I think it's Timmy. Okay. Now here's a mistake. All right. I wouldn't do this if I were you. You are playing between the pass. All right. I wouldn't do that. If he gets it through you, and this guy receives it, it's basically a rush the other way. Okay. Hang on. Okay, sorry if the transition's weird. My cat jumped on my laptop, but anyway. So here's kind of the scenario that happened. Okay, and I've talked about this before. Should you cover the passing lane? No, I don't like to do that. Okay, I just play behind the guy. Okay, if I play behind them and they pass it up to him, nothing's gonna happen. I'm just gonna be behind him. He has to make a move around me. Okay. If you play here and they somehow get the puck through you, it's over. Okay, you're screwed. I don't really see the point of risking it. Some people play it that way because they're good at picking that pass off. Fine. I think for the most part though, it's just easier to play behind. Okay. So in this particular scenario, it didn't look like much happened. Okay, but just again one of those little things. It's right here. Yep, you shouldn't have been doing this. You should have been moving behind him. Oh, sorry, I thought my marker was there. I think you should have probably been moving behind him. Okay. Zhang has Jimmy. Okay, or should be getting him. Okay, but you need to make sure he. Well, I wouldn't skate it that way. Actually, I would have skated like this and stayed with him. Make sure he's behind me. Okay, it's just one of those little things, but you got to keep up with him. Okay, and that's that rule I was talking about. Let's see if I can pull it up. Don't get burned by someone without the puck. Alright. Alright, so let's go and play it. So we get past it, and they try to pass it through. It went through, but you passed it too far, luckily. Okay. And went all the way down there. Okay, next one. Alright, this one's a breakdown on many levels. Let's see here. So the puck's in the corner. You can see Timmy get the puck right here. Okay, so that's fine. So you know what? He made a good move, and he beat two of you guys. Okay. What I'm disappointed about is, for one thing, Henry, you should have been covering this guy. Right? You've got to haul ass back. So keep an eye on Henry this whole time. So as soon as 3 picks it up, okay, you should have been skating with him. Okay, right from right here, right off the offset, or trying to catch up to him at least. Okay. So that's your man, and so when he has to slow down and get this other guy in black helmet. Okay, so David, I guess that would be you. So John saves your asses on a 3-on-1 here. Again, this guy should have been caught. It should have at least been a 3-on-2. Okay, and so that guy that no one covered initially is wide open. Okay, Henry, if you could have saw that, you could have picked him up earlier too. And he's the one that eventually scores. And that happened from right here. Let me go back. That happened from right here. That's number 4 right here, okay? And that's the other guy who could have easily scored too. But number 4 is here. There's no excuse for this guy not being covered. I mean, come on, guys. He comes all the way back. And look, it's wide open. Stop puck wide. That's good effort that you came over and tried to pick him up. But, and yeah, it wasn't the greatest goal, but still. Yeah, he should have been picked up from the get-go. Alright. This one doesn't look like a big deal. But so we have a man here. So John has Jimmy. It looks like Gino has 7. So Zanger, what are you doing? You got to pick up a guy. Now you're watching the play. Again, trust John. Okay, don't help good defenseman. He's got him. Okay, you can help him, but you better have your own responsibility. I guess I should have said. Henry, I'm not sure which guy you have. I'm not sure which guy Zanger has. That's where you two need to know who has who. Okay, and we got the puck. Yeah, you know what? We got the puck, but that's not the point. You guys got to make sure you're covering someone. If you passed it out, they would have maybe had an open man. Okay. Okay. This one's going to have a few breakdowns. Alright, so right off the face-off, we have... Okay, so you have Timmy. Good. Justin, I think this guy Pierre you're supposed to get. No, I guess not. I guess okay, good. So it looks like you intelligently switched over and didn't follow this guy. Good. Okay, Zhang, that's your man. So he passes, and you let up just a little bit. You let up just a little bit, and I think he went past you. Okay, and I think you did recover just in time. Maybe you got a piece of it. I don't know. But this is what I mean by you can't get burned by someone without a puck. All right, you guys got to just stay with his ass and make sure he does not burn you. Okay. Just remember that drill we did where we have the 6 upside down. It doesn't matter about getting the puck anymore. You just have to stay with the guy. Okay? So now, I'm not sure why you didn't follow him, alright? You're making this giant U-turn. Stick with him. That's your man. And Justin's man is still up here, okay? Don't confuse shit. Okay, so, yeah, so you got... Alright, you guys are both kind of leaning this way. Someone's got to get the 3. And so, Zhang, I think you did pick him up eventually. But instinctually, or intuitively, okay, you should have been staying on him the whole time. You can't see me pointing, damn it. But, yeah, you should have just been in his face the whole time. And just make sure Justin knows Justin can stay on the guy up here. Okay. Just keep running it. And then I think he went for the all or nothing, unfortunately, and got punished for it. So Justin, see, I'm not sure. Maybe it's confused because not sure if someone's guarding him. But that's why he did this loop, right? Where I wouldn't even do that. I'm just watching my man. So I'm just watching him, and I'm gonna stay with that guy. Okay, and watching what he does. I don't really care where he passes to. Okay. I guess when I say play man, you have to be puck aware. Yeah, you know, you're not gonna just be totally blind to where the puck is, but be puck aware. You don't have to watch the puck. Be puck. Know where it kind of is. Okay, so Justin, yeah, you're kind of watching this guy more importantly. And Zane, you went for the all or nothing, and I wouldn't do that against good players. So now Justin crossed over to pick your man up and saying you got to catch 7 now. Did he pass it to him? No, he didn't. So it didn't matter. Nothing happened. Let's go back to that all or nothing play. Okay, so what I would do is I just stop up. I would just stop up. Against the shitty players, go ahead and do it because offensively he's probably not going to do anything anyway. And you have a good chance of poking it. Against a good player, pick your spots. Okay, that's gonna be tough. It's a big risk. Or you have to do it in a way where you can poke the puck, but you're still ready to skate back in case he gets it past you. See, so you can't let that happen. So that is a breakdown. Now Justin has to cover you, and you have to cover 7. Okay. Next one. Okay. So Zhang, you're playing kind of like as a center in ice, okay? So I talked about the responsibilities. So we sort of lose the face-off. He gets it. So Zhang, I'm not sure why you tailed towards the middle. That's kind of I guess that is kind of what a center does in ice. But no, your guy's up here. You got, sorry, not that guy. Can't see this 3-dimensional view. But your guy's on this side, okay? This guy with that stick right there. Gotta not watch the puck. Gino, you need to step up to this guy right here. James, you have the guy in the white helmet, it looks like. So that's good. Play it. Board, good. So Gino, you have the guy in the black helmet. Not sure what you're watching. Also, Justin, this may not look like a big deal. It sounds like I'm nitpicking and being a dick about it, but you gotta stay on this guy. This guy should just walked in, seeing how you walked past him. Okay, and then you came back. Hold on. Watch. This is what I mean. So he passed it, and then you skate. So he should just skate it right in. Right off that turn. It's a good pause, actually. He should just walk right in as soon as you skate it past him. And if you got a pass back, he would have been wide open. So what should you have done? You should just stop to where he is, okay? Don't, for you forwards, don't commit on trying to block a pass, right? So you should probably turn the other way. Or just stop completely right here. Okay, keep the guy in front of you. Oh, and you did come back, so it's like, oh, it didn't really matter. Okay, I think that's Zhang's guy. What the hell happened there? Yeah, Zhang, that's your man. I'm not really sure where you're going. Gino, you have the guy. You have 7, or I don't know. Yeah, Zhang, that's your guy, and it's wide open. So again, they're hitting the open man pretty well. Hold on. Oh, yeah, okay, so good. Figure out who has who. Okay, and it's a good breakout pass, by the way. Right towards the middle, yep. For you forwards, this was cutting it pretty close, but this is where timing and spacing, stuff like that, is really important, okay? Because James came around the net and he passed it right where your stick was. You realize, Justin, if you're a bit closer, like farther in, this guy would have picked it off, and if you're too far, well, actually, it would have been better if you started out farther back here, but this did get close. Come on. So that was a good pass by James. He passed it right where it needed to be passed, to where it wouldn't get picked. Right, so it was almost at your feet. Okay. Good little 2-on-1, shoot, scores, and the guy didn't move. Okay, next one. Right, so I don't know if you saw that love tap on the hands, but that's what I advocate, by the way. You tap him on the hands, but Jimmy's smart enough to just pass it. If he dicked around with that, I would have made him cough it. Anyway, it's played. I'm gonna stay on Jimmy, it looks like. Okay, so you step up to black helmet, good. Someone needs to be on him. I think that's Zhang. Okay, now there's an okay, so there's a mistake. All right, Justin, you went to the other guy. Again, I'm not sure if Zhang's covering the right guy. Maybe that's the problem. You have him, and you moved over. Don't move over. Just stay on this guy. All right, unless you know for a fact Zhang is Unless you know for a fact Zhang's back here somewhere and is going to cover this guy, I would not move over, okay? Just stay on the guy. Okay. Let's keep playing. Okay, they passed it back to him. It looks like Zhang's going to black helmet, so Justin, make sure you stay on the red helmet. And he's trying to sneak off. Did he get it to him? Okay, Gino, you have the right guy. You're covering him, man. And they got it to him. Yep. Okay, and then that left me on a 2-on-1. Alright, and they both made a nice stop. Okay, yeah, that wasn't too good. Moral of the story, it's gonna beat it like a dead horse. Too bad. Until we get it right. Cover a man. Stand a man. Forget where he's passing. Just watch the guy right here. And Zing, make sure you know which guy you're covering. Yeah, yep, there he goes. He just sneaks off. Yep. So I don't know. That's one of your guys, man. Right. Next one. Jeez, I actually went over than my first time. Huh. It's good 2-on-1. Gino, you're in the right place. You had the guard. You're guarding man like you're supposed to. David, don't help. Good defense. And so I'm covering Jimmy here. I think Gino has this guy. And David, so you're kind of just helping out. You need to guard one of these point guys, and someone else needs to guard that other point man. That's Justin. Okay, so you came in to the play. So David, yeah, you're kind of following me. Okay, you have to get a guy, because then they're just gonna pass around both of us. Okay, good. So David, you should be looking up here. Okay, stop watching the play and look up here. Yep, you don't want to get in too deep. You gotta look up here. There's a guy wide open right here. That guy should just walk all the way in. And we got a penalty. Okay, whatever. Alright, so that was last defensive part. But damn, with 38 minutes, 39 minutes, whatever. I'll release the other sections. Sorry for beating a dead horse, but this is our major weakness. In our old videos, I've pointed it out, and it looks like it's kind of the same problem. Okay, it's not that hard. Again, let's just bring up those rules. Play man, stop watching the puck. That's the two main things I'm going to say about this. Alright. Alright. Make sure to watch the next part. I'll probably have it in 2 parts and not 3. Okay, I'll debate it. Let's see.